What is real worship? How do you know if you're doing it right? Jesus said, worship God the right way. Good morning and welcome to 755 Live. For about 5 minutes, you'll hear all about easy to remember soundbite versions of what Jesus said. And the point is to help you experience life to the fullest, the Jesus way. Today's Jesus said comes from John 4:23 through 24. Whoops, I pushed the wrong button there. And this is where Jesus was talking to the woman at the well and said, "But the time is coming, indeed it's here now, when true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. The Father is looking for those who will worship him in that way. For God is spirit. So those who worship him must worship in spirit and in truth." So Jesus is talking to the Samaritan woman at the well, two different traditions here. And Jesus was saying that it wasn't about tradition, it was about worshiping the right way. Well, what is worship? In the culture of that day, actually, literally the word worship would mean to kiss the hand towards one in like a token of reverence. Among this Eastern Oriental culture, and still today, especially the Persians of old, worship meant to fall on the knees, to touch the ground with the forehead as an expression of profound reverence. It was kneeling or paying homage to one, to show respect. So Jesus is saying that we should revere God in the right way. It's not about a better tradition. It's not about just doing something the right way as far as the way that we gather, where we gather, and that sort of thing. But it was spirit and truth that Jesus was emphasizing here. Now, when Jesus talked a little bit earlier in John to Nicodemus, who was a religious ruler of the day who came to Jesus by night, Jesus clarified what the Spirit is like. And he told Nicodemus, and he said, "What is born of the flesh is flesh, and what is born of the Spirit is spirit," from John 3:6. So to worship, to bow, to submit in the Spirit, it's not physical. It's not our emotions. It's deeper than that. It's the eternal part of us. And we have to seek God's kingdom first, being born of the Spirit. But it's spirit and truth, two sides of the same coin. Truth is not just knowledge. Truth is also acting on what you know. Now, we'll come back to this discussion with Nicodemus in John 3 a little bit later. But the battle between flesh and spirit, the battle between truth and obedience, it's a struggle. The disciples praying with Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane didn't do a good job of praying with Jesus. And he encouraged them in Matthew 26:41. He said to keep watch and pray so that you will not give in to temptation. For the spirit is willing, but the body is weak. You can't get there by the flesh. You can't get there by keeping better rules and regulations or having better traditions. Jesus was encouraging them to keep watch and pray. In our Bible plan, the memory verses for this week are from Philippians 4:6-7, where it says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." Spirit and in truth is about the peace that comes by seeking God's kingdom first. Let's go back to the conversation with Nicodemus. John 3:20 and 21. Jesus said, "For everyone who does evil hates the light and does not come to the light, so that their deeds will not be exposed. But the one who practices the truth, Spirit and in truth, comes to the light, so that it may be plainly evident that his deeds have been done in God. Spirit and truth. It's not about tradition. It's not about keeping the right set of rules and regulations. It is about walking in the light, walking away from darkness, submitting everything to God. That is true worship. Bowing down our own will, bowing down our own desires, bowing down our own way of doing things, and worshiping God the right way. Jesus said, worship God the right way, in spirit and in truth. How can you put that into action today? Thank you so much for listening. If this is meaningful to you, it would mean a lot to me if you like it, if you share it, if you comment. I really appreciate you. I hope that you have an amazing day, and I hope this time together has helped you live life to the fullest, the Jesus way. And remember, follow Jesus today, love first.